Hey, what's going on guys, it's Stubbs here, welcome back to another video, and this is going to be another drift build video on Forza Horizon 2. Now this time, as you can see, I have the Toyota Celica GT. Now I wanted to go with something a little bit older, I wanted to go with something Japanese, something that we can make, you know, look a little bit more of a drift car, you know, than it actually is. Like right now, when you look at this thing, you don't think of a drift car, you think of a classic Japanese, you know, little sports car, and that's exactly what you think when you look at this. And you look at even the interior looks incredibly old, but it's cool. I really like the way it looks, and I wanted to tune something like this for drifting. So I think that right now this is our perfect base. So I also don't even want to like mess around with the exterior. I even wanted to look a little bit older, so I think we did have a paint job, which I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. Somebody made it so it looks really like it's basically the same color, but it's sort of rusty and everything, and it just looks so good. Now let's take a look at this and let's see if we should actually put this on the car. I love that on Forza, especially in Horizon 2 right now. There's so many designs and so many things that you can put on the car instead of just, you know, doing a drift build on something and just adding a tune to it. You can basically go around and you can look at a car as well, and just the way it looks. And oh my god, this looks so good. It's all rusty. Oh, that looks excellent. I am in love with this paint job. Whoever did this, you are a beast. You are literally. Look at this. Look how cool this is. I mean, I even wanted to sit like this actual paint as well, but like, damn. Okay, this looks great. Yep, this definitely looks great. So, now we have our base, which is the car that looks like this now. Anyway, let's get on and see what we can do to it visually. Now we can do a few things. Maybe take off the chrome bits. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought we were going to be able to do. But yeah, let's take off the chrome bits. This is going to look really good once it's a little bit lowered, and you know, and it basically just looks a little bit more evened out. But yeah, let's get rid of those little extra bumpers there. That's good. Now, do we want to do an engine swap on this thing? I'm not entirely sure if we do or not. We could put a an RB26 in it. I'm not entirely sure why we can't put a 2JZ in it, but anyway, I'm not going to do that. I want to keep it the way it is. It is already rear-wheel drive, but I do want to turbocharge it. So let's stick a turbo on it. And I think we're pretty much done with that area. Now, let's see what we can do with the wheels. Now, let's put some street tires on it, since we are going to give this a little bit of horsepower, like a decent amount of horsepower. Give some thicker tires as well, maybe some 225s. 225s I think are perfect for this thing, for what size it is as well. Maybe some 205s, nah, 215. Okay, that's perfect. 215s and 225s. That's pretty much perfect. Alright, and wheels. Of course, we have to go to the last set of wheels here, because these are pretty much perfect for classic Japanese cars. There's a bunch of really nice ones. There's one here at the end. I think these look really, really good. But they also have these ones. Let me go back here a little bit, see if I can find these. They also have these, which I really, really like. And these are probably the ones I'm going to be ending up. Yeah. These are definitely the ones I'm going to put on. Also, we're going to change the wheel size to something a little bit bigger. Just so it looks a little bit more modern. Maybe some 16s. Let's put some 16s on it. I think it looks great with 16s. Yeah, this looks much better now. And once it's lowered a little bit, I think it'll look even better. But I like the way the exterior is pretty shitty, but the wheels are still very, very nice. Yeah, I'm digging that setup. I'm digging the way it looks right now. Alright, anyway, now all we have to do is just purchase everything else. Let's not buy the rally suspension, because we don't want that. Pretty much tune everything as much as we possibly can, and then we'll upgrade everything to whatever we can, and then we'll tune it accordingly. Right, so now we go to here, buy the race brakes. Now, I'm not entirely sure how good this is going to be, or how bad this is going to be. Oh, that looks so beautiful. Oh, that looks so good. I also feel bad right now for giving it such a crappy paint job on it. You know, just to make it look really crappy, but I think it looks great. It just gives it, like, an extra bit of character to it. I do also, however, want to put a roll cage in it, because it makes it look like you take it out to the track a lot, you know? But anyway, so pretty much we've done everything. Now let's see Power-wise, what we can do to this. Let's see how much power can we squeeze out of this this little engine. How much, like, what's EC? Is it 2 liter, actually? The 2 liter turbo right now, with 138 horsepower. I mean, I think about 350 to 400 horsepower would be perfect in this. I mean, it doesn't weigh much, it only weighs like 2,000 pounds. So, I mean, I think we'll just tune this all the way, because I think we'll get just a perfect amount of power if we tune this all the way. Especially that it's going to have like street tires on it as well now, so it's going to be a little bit more grippy. So I guess the bigger amount of power would do just fine. But yeah, there we go. Turbo should add another like 90 horsepower. Oh wow, only 32 horsepower. Well then, I thought the turbo would add a lot more horsepower than it did there. Well, we'll stick with the 317 or whatever amount of horsepower we're going to end up with now, which is 324. So we'll stick with the 324 horsepower. Like I said, the car is still very light, so I mean, it could be... we could still be able to like slide this around and do whatever we need to do. Anyway, let's go to tuning. Let's make this a little bit easier on ourselves. We don't want this to be super powerful anyway. Like, I didn't want to have this incredibly powerful as it is, but... you know, I wanted to sort of be able to have a bit of freedom and be able to actually slide this around quite easily. Anyway, let's do something like this. I'm actually down to give it some stiffer suspension this time. Usually with cars, I usually go with something a little bit softer. But I want to try to learn how to drift with stiffer suspension, meaning that I use less of the body. Basically, if I give it like sort of like a more loose suspension or a softer suspension setup, that means that I can pretty much go into a corner and just use the body of the car, just basically like, you know, steer one direction and then go into the other direction and then just get the car to oversteer, and then, you know, I can just continue my drifts from there. But with the stiffer suspension, I basically have to use the handbrake a little bit more. I have to sort of figure out new ways to basically get the backsliding instead of just using the actual just you know, of the weight, just the weight of the car. So that's why I sort of want to mess around with the stiffer suspension right now, and I want to see what I can do with that. But yeah, right now I don't know how this is gonna handle. We'll see if I need to change anything in the end. But like I said, for right now, this should be all right. So alright, let's take it out into the playground where we usually take out all of our cars, and we'll drive around. Let's see what it's like. This looks so good. I'm really digging the paint job on it. Like, I don't know, like it's something really cool to see. Like something old like this, the Celica. It's just fun to see what it's like with the shitty paint job on it, and then just turning it into an all-out just drift car. But anyway, let's see how this handles. I think we're gonna have to change around the gear ratios as well a little bit. I'm not entirely sure if...
You have some wheel spins available.
Well, first gear's fine. Let's see if we can slide it around in second gear. Yes, we can definitely slide it around in second gear. Now third gear is the big question. Oh my god. Ooh, barely. Okay, I think we need to bring just the gear ratios just a little bit closer together. Right. And I think we'd be able to get some power out of third gear as well. So, let's see here. Bring these up to about 3.35. See what this is like. Can I set off in third gear? Not really. Second? Okay, that's good, that's good. Basically, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for whenever I set off in a certain gear, I want to be able to set off in that gear and then just... Ooh. Ooh. Kill him. Kill him. Yes. You can definitely tell that this doesn't have a lot of power. I mean, like, you can easily tell that. And that was my goal for this build. It wasn't to be incredibly powerful. It wasn't to be something insane. I just wanted something old, an old JDM car. And I wanted to keep the stock engine on it as well. Basically just drift it. It looks like I've done that. So second gear is just phenomenal on this thing. It's just perfect. There's also so much control over this with the setup that's on it right now. The one thing I'd work on is I'd probably give it a little bit more camber. Oh, that's so good. Look at that slide. Oh my god. I'm just so used to keeping this as, you know, keeping cars as second gear a lot on this, on the docks here when I'm drifting. Usually it's like third gear, but third gear does not have a lot of power in this. Like you just don't go through the gears as fast as you'd want to. But I think it's perfect right now between. I think what we can do to this is, I don't want to ruin it though. Like I think we can try and put the stock tires back on. But I feel like I have so much control over the car with these tires on right now. And that's one thing that I like about this right now. Even though it, like I said, it doesn't have the amount of power that I want in third gear. Oh, it's so fun to drive. Oh, it's so fun. It's very good. It's a very interesting build. It's definitely something I haven't done before. And it's something, like I said, interesting. Yeah, I tried to do some third gear sliding, but it didn't work. Yeah, like I said, this is a lot better for like these, the tighter corners, or maybe if you want to go into like some longer slides, maybe just use the handbrake, you know, a lot more. So when you try to get it from like here to there, you know, you can just use the handbrake. There you go, exactly what I just did there, to be able to get into longer slides. But oh, it's fun to drive. Definitely is. Second gear is just perfect on this thing. Alright, well I think I'm gonna leave it there. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed my my little drift build here. I love this little Celica. It's definitely exactly what I wanted it to come out to be like. I mean, you know, a low amount of horsepower. I just wanted to have, you know, to handle really well. I wanted to be able to basically just throw this car into the corner and be able to come out through the other side sideways, and you know, just be able to hold long slides like these. I mean, look at that. That is exactly what I wanted to be able to do. You know, I didn't want to keep this like sliding for ages, especially in third gear. You know, I didn't want this to have like 1,000 horsepower, because that's just, those are boring. Like those builds, you know, are just too easy, I guess. You know, and they don't require too much work when you're drifting. But these are a little bit more fun, just because you sort of have to plan ahead before you do any sort of slides. You know, like, will I be able to get past that corner sideways? Will I be able to come out sideways, actually, even? You know. Anyway. And I fucked it up. Doesn't matter. It's all rusty anyway on that panel. It's been crashed before, apparently. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I enjoyed this little Toyota Celica. It's really fun to drive. And hopefully you guys did as well. But anyway, like I said, thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.